The highlight for me was that it totally became clear that what counts in these times of crisis is innovation, creativity, and group dynamics, communities. This is my highlight. We had this DLD was a community of friends, entrepreneurs, technology guys, artists, and they all talked together. It was a connect the unexpected at its best. And what came out of this is that creativity is this what we need in a time of crisis. Martin Haluso from APAC said, all the bank crashes, it will become even worse than it is now. But it's a time for opportunities. It's a time for chances. And always the most creative people take these chances, and we had them here.
This is absolutely the message I think we would like to convey, that innovation is the key to this crisis. And it was always like this. If you look back 5-6 years after the bubble, the internet bubble, if you look back 25 years or 15 years, in '87, it was exactly when the new industries have been created, new products came, breakthroughs. I think it is very clear that the internet is really the medium of our times, but also the economic marketplace of our times. It starts from changing the way politicians are elected. I think we had a very interesting discussions on how internet and politics come together. The US President Obama used this medium like nobody before, like maybe Kennedy did in 1960. But we saw also that companies like Google, like Facebook, like Glam, like YouTube have emerged to attract 100 million and more users. In the case of Google, it's 300 to 400 million, Marissa Meyer said. And our co-chair Yossi Vardi moderated a panel on 100 million uniques and more. And this is, those are the companies that really touch people and that really are the brands of our times. And certainly they will be the marketplaces. And we see more and more that the internet is this platform. For television, we had today discussion on the future of television. We had discussions on cloud computing, which will change the way we live, we work, entire new kind of breakthrough. We had a discussion on the new leapfrog in software. But it's going beyond also the whole climate issue. We are connected through the internet, and so it's a key driver of our times. And it's not this new medium; it's the platform right now. And where also new skills. It's empowering women. It's empowering so many people taking part and sharing their creativity. Very important for the future of the media industry. We're discussing with Caroline McCall and Michael Arrington. Caroline McCall, the CEO of the Guardian Group, that does already more than 100 millions of pounds in the internet. Michael Arrington, who still works out of his private house and created an 8 million unique company, TechCrunch, #1 in his segment. And we saw Glam and others. And there is so much people can now contribute through that marketplace. And so that's a great platform.
I had many special moments. One was today when Marissa Meyer and Maria Furtwängler listened to a magician, Guillaume Manor. He did wonderful tricks to them, and this was fun. And all of a sudden we had a big crowd watching this magician and these two really smart girls, and they were eager to find out what is the trick, that they didn't find it out. This was a very personal moment. It was special. But of course there are other special moments. Yesterday we went to the party of DLD with Mitch Baker, you know, the woman who was responsible for inventing Mozilla Firefox browser. And she and her husband were very much interested in the Munich history. They asked me for this short way a lot about history. They were so curious. And this was special too. This is also DLD. It's not only this small marketplace or a small building here, which is a marketplace for innovation and ideas and products. It's also the personal relationship we develop. And the personal relationship goes beyond innovation. It goes deep into history, in art, and in many things we share together. And this I like very much at DLD. Many of the participants became friends of us, and to cultivate this friendship over 5 years, this is my personal pleasure at DLD.
At the Chairman's Dinner, which is a Sunday tradition of DLD, at the Hubert-Burda Saal in the Jewish Community Center in Munich, which becomes more and more really a wonderful evening of conversation, tables and all that. And there, thanks to you, Benedikt, we could invite Hilary Hahn, the best violinist of her generation. And she came and she played wonderfully for us Bach. But then, after that, we had another star, the Birdie Man of one of the YouTube discoveries, who made his way through imitating sound.
A beatboxer.
A beatboxer. And at the very end, Hilary Hahn and Birdie Man played together. It was an improvisation. This was really connect the unexpected. And to listen how this classical high art, with all the history Steffi was just alluding to, was playing with the future, like a YouTube-made artist, who came from a very different skill, of being able to imitate. That was a very, very magic moment, because this is something that happens or doesn't happen, and people was already in the third hour of this dinner, were just listening, and I think people will remember that. A lot of artists actually contributed this year again, works to DLD. Taryn Simon of her American Index works. We had John Armleder, we had Lisa Oppenheim, we had Stefan Strumpel, we had first time Arne Kinze and Barbara Becker collaborating on a room in Haus der Kunst at our nightcap.
Thomas Demand.
Thomas Demand was there.
Carsten Höller.
Hans-Ulrich Obrist, our friend and global curator at large.
Curator Wunderkind.
Wunderkind again did a wonderful panel, and he also showed the new realities, because our motto this year was new realities. We saw it now in the discussion, The Reflection on Crisis by Nassim Taleb, the author of Black Swan, and Dan Kahneman, the Nobel Prize winner. We saw it in discussion on investing. New realities, also new realities for art. It's not only a market. I think Hans Ulrich really asked the question, what is art contributing to education? He was alluding, Steffi, to the
Black Mountain School of Arts.
Yes. So going back to history. What is
the new Black Mountain College?
Going back to history and reflecting from history to the future. We had many more authors this year. We had less guests. We thought it's the time to be a little bit calmer. We would like to, those people we are able to invite, we would like to create really a wonderful experience of conversation in these times. We had more partners who helped us to realize DLD, wonderful partners who work more with us than in the last years. Very important, very good, starting from...
And important, sorry to interrupt you, but important, many of them said again, that we will be partner again next year, so...
So DLD is also a sustainable platform to move on. DLD is a platform that is not only happening in this live event. Now in January, tomorrow we have the chance to go to Davos, to the World Economic Forum, and do a DLD nightcap. And then over the year we will have several gatherings, formats of the community. And this is very important, we'd like to put forward is we created a video portal. We produced really with a lot of resources, all interviews. We did more than 250 interviews here for our friends, journalists. They could basically do with the speakers, with interesting people. Many of the interviews have been produced in HD, and they will be brought to the video portal so that over the year we can look back, and I think we certainly will do that, because I at DLD never have the chance to watch all panels, and so this is really a resource, an archive. That's something besides creating this friends community, which is wonderful. I think also there's this motivation in this time of new reality, of paradigm shift, to create an archive of the people who are thinking this new world, who are creating new companies, who are reflecting, who are having new ideas, to create an archive that, when they came together, and that's also a mission of DLD. And certainly it's very wonderful that we can do that at Hubert Burda Media in the 5th year.